Hi, friends, it's Mrs. McCarver, and it's time for today's reading lesson. This week, I've been looking at a new nonfiction book, and I've been using some question words to help me figure out what are the key details or the most important facts or things that I'm learning. Do you remember any of those question words that we used to help us? We used who, what, how, when, where. Those were all some of the words that helped me figure out some of the key details. And let's think about the key details. What were some of the key details that I noticed or things that I learned? Well, I learned that butterflies lay eggs on plants. I also learned that after a few days, the egg turns brown. And another key detail that I learned is that, sorry, I lost my page, friends. Out of the egg comes a caterpillar, and it starts to change size and color. And then I also learned that eventually, after a few weeks, the caterpillar starts to change again, and it gets this kind of hard shell on it. And then it's completely covered, and out of the shell comes the butterfly. Those were all the key details that I learned from asking those questions about my book. Now, today, what I want to do is think about how all of those key details go together to help me figure out the main topic or what this book is mostly about. So let me think again. Well, I've learned that butterflies lay eggs on leaves. I've learned that the egg changes color, and then out of the egg comes a caterpillar, and then the caterpillar changes color and size, and then it grows a shell around it, and after out of the shell comes the butterfly again. How do all those things go together? Well, let me think again. I started with the butterfly. It laid the egg, out came the caterpillar, then the caterpillar grew, and then it went in that shell and it turned into a butterfly. Oh, and now we're back to the butterfly again. This book is all about butterflies and their life, how they change. They go from there's a butterfly and lays the egg, and out of the egg comes a caterpillar, and then the caterpillar grows and changes, and then it goes into its shell and it turns into a butterfly. And then it can start over, it can lay the egg. So this book is really all about butterflies and how they grow and change over the course of their life. Look at this. I know I didn't show you this cover very much, but there's a butterfly on the front, and the title is Flutter Butterfly. So sometimes the title gives us a little clue, but I was able to figure out what this book was mostly about, thinking about those key details. So, what I'd like you to do is to pick a new nonfiction book or a book you've been looking at for a couple days, like me. And I want you to think about all the key details that you learned, things that you found that was new information, and think about how they go together to help you figure out the main topic. After you take some time to read a book today, I'm going to ask you to send me a video telling me a few of the key details or important things you learned from your book, and then how they go together to tell you what the book is all about.